Hello everyone, Jasmine Bradley here. For this art talk I will be discussing the Court of the Lions, which you can see right there. The Court of the Lions is found in Alhambra, which was a palace that was built by the Moorish rulers in Granada, which in other words is modern-day Spain. It was constructed in the 14th century, and it was built under the ruler Muhammad V, which according to outside sources was the 8th ruler of Granada. Now, the Court of the Lions, like I said, is a beautiful palace built on the hilltop near the edge of the city. According to the textbook, the Moors were forced out of the Iberian Peninsula around the time that Christopher Columbus went on his famous voyage. And today the Alhambra displays the unique Islamic architectural elements, including a courtyard and the fountain Court of the Lions, which is, of course, how this palace got its name. Now, this palace, words can't describe how beautiful it is, and I'm sure pictures can't do it justice either. It's definitely a place that I would like to see with my own two eyes someday. The delicate architecture of the interior rooms in this palace is outstanding, and the detail of the arches throughout the palace are so intricate and elaborate that it's breathtaking even through a photo. I have one more photo of the details of the arches that are just amazing to look at, really. So, located in the center of the palace is where you can find the Fountain of the Lions. This is the detail that really grabbed my attention with this structure and made me want to discuss it. Simply by looking at it, you can see that the fountain is literally resting on the backs of 12 lions. According to outside sources, this garden is said to represent the heavenly garden of Islam. The 12 lions that the fountain is sitting on each have their own individual markings on their face, which I find pretty interesting. And underneath the base of the fountain runs 4 water channels, and in this first photo you can actually see the water channels running away from the fountain, the 4 of them. And those are said to represent the streams that are mentioned in the book of Genesis, the 4 rivers of paradise, which is also pretty interesting. So while researching this fountain and this structure, I noticed that there seemed to be a lot of similarities to the Bible, which is really why I chose to research this structure further. The main thing that I decided to dig a little deeper on was the number 12, which again is how many lions the fountain is resting on. And what I found piqued my curiosity a little bit. Like I stated, the structure actually does have a lot of biblical characteristics, or parallels, if you will. The number 12 represents God's power and authority, and it serves as a perfect governmental foundation, and I find it ironic how the 12 lions are literally the foundation of this fountain. 12 also represents completeness, much like the 12 tribes of Judah mentioned in the Old Testament as well. And once I started seeing how many times the number 12 was significant in the Bible, I continued to research to see what else I could find. And I found it a little funny that the main significance of that number seemed to completely go over my head as I was trying to figure out why it sounded so familiar. And it's the fact that Jesus actually chose 12 men to spread the good news of the gospel to the entire world after he, of course, went to the cross. And I'm sure there are many other parallels with the Bible and the significance of the number 12 with the lions in this garden. And I will conclude with this thought. I just find it simply amazing that so far it seems like all the artwork that we discuss, the structures, the events that we're learning about in this class, they can always somehow be paralleled back to the Bible and to Christianity. And it makes me really excited to see what else we'll learn in these last 5 weeks that we walk through together. And I hope everyone is excited as I am. God bless.